Welcome listeners, you have tuned in to QuinteALIVE Up Close. Today our guest is Alisha Morgan, one of Quinte's youngest entrepreneurs. Alisha is an inspiration for young dreamers, but moreover, a fascinating individual, unique and authentic. Let's meet Alisha now. Welcome Alisha, it's so nice to have you at QuinteALIVE. It's a beautiful, sweltering day today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Aren't we blessed to be sitting in your nice air-conditioned store? What a beautiful store you have here.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to get this place up?
I started renovating in November, and I was ready to open in February.
November 2011?
Yeah.
Did you choose the palette yourself?
Yes, I did. I designed the store myself.
Is it reminiscent of something like Audrey Hepburn or something like that? Because I noticed her on your wall.
No, I've always liked this kind of color scheme, the reds and the grays, and it just suited my style, and I thought it'd be nice to kind of give a high-end look. And then, of course, I put my picture of Audrey up. She's one of my fashion icons, so...
Yes, her and Coco Chanel, I understand.
Yes.
Do you remember Coco Chanel's famous line today?
Yes, I do. A girl should be two things, classy and fabulous.
Classy and fabulous. Now, you know, it's interesting. We've raced into this subject of your business. You probably get tired of this, but you're just 22 years old.
Yes.
Which means you started when you were 21.
Yes, I did.
But to throw the wrench in, tell everybody what you just graduated in.
I graduated in psychology last June, so I did that. I did a degree at Nipissing University and graduated, and I very much enjoyed that.
So does that mean that customers don't have a prayer when they walk in? You're going to sell them something or else?
No, I think it helps me relate to the customer. It helps me kind of get to know the person a little bit better, and I think that helps me as a salesperson to actually get to know them and sell them something they want. I'm not just a pushy salesperson, not using any brainwashing tricks on anyone.
No neural linguistic programming.
No.
Okay. So, but basically, for people who are just meeting you for the first time, you are in the lingerie and undergarment business.
Yes.
You specialize actually in a specific area as well that makes you very unique and has you tapping a big unserved market.
Yes.
This side of Toronto, God knows where, as far as Montreal for all I know. What are we talking about?
I do fittings here, so if you haven't had a fitting, you can come in and be fitted. But the biggest customer that I have coming in is people looking for the bigger cup sizes above double D. A lot of them are small band sizes, big cup sizes. It's really hard to find anything above that double D in this area, and especially anything that's a double D less than $150, less than $200, and that's something that I've been able to supply to people.
And you told me it went up to size KK.
Yes, in the store I carry up to a double H, but my companies go up to a K, so I am able to get anything up to the cup size K. My
goodness. So, in a way, Dolly Parton comes to mind. Oh, dear. It's certainly not Audrey Hepburn.
No. No.
Would Audrey Hepburn be able to shop here?
Yes. As well as having the big cup sizes, I also offer small band sizes. So, a lot of bra companies that you go to, you can't find anything less than a 34 or maybe a 32, depending on the store. And I offer 32s, 30s, and 28s as well. So, that's something that smaller girls can come in and get fitted also.
Well, it goes to figure that you would master in this subject, having graduated in psychology. You're just working your way down the body, from the brain to the chest and underwear. I'll bet you're going to be in shoes in a few years.
I do have some shoes in the store.
That's so funny. And if that's not surprising enough, when you were 17 years old, you'd already tried your hand at being an entrepreneur. What did you do?
When I was 17, I went through a program called Summer Company. You make a business plan and if it's approved, you get some funding to start a small summer business. So I did, it was called Photo Fix. It was photo editing and digital manipulation, turning hard copies into digital copies as well. So a lot of stuff like that. And so I did that for a summer and it did well.
Wow, that's very impressive. So you're the true blue entrepreneur. In the female segment, it takes all the more courage. For those who don't know, you are the daughter of the great Hope Stone, former realtor, now founder of Vivacious on the main road.
Yes.
Beautiful clothes, beautiful lady herself, of course, all of you, by the way. And your sister, Jamie, who owns Cool Stuff on the main road as well. So
Yes.
you decided a little dynasty here in Quinte West. I'm just wondering who else is going to erupt in your family. Folks might tend to think that perhaps your mom has been involved in your business affairs, but I've learned from you that you are really self-financing, self-driving,
Yes.
having made your own business plan. So on, you want to talk about that a bit?
I went through a program called CYBF, Canadian Youth Business Foundation, and I wrote up my own business plan. I did that on my own. I had help from my boyfriend with some of the aspects that I wasn't too confident in myself with, just the forecasting and stuff like that. So I went through, designed my own business plan, and got funding through this program. So I got all the funding on my own and started it up by myself. And of course I've had some family input here and there as well. So it's been great.
Well, you're to be commended. It takes a lot of courage to do that. Mind you, I've learned that when you're that young, your cerebral cortex isn't fully developed, which means your fear parts of your brain that says, don't do this, tell, doesn't fully develop. But, it's a good thing. I think that's what sends people careening into business, and that courage is there, that boldness. One very interesting characteristic about you is how you get here in the morning and go home at night. Fill me in on that.
So most of the days of the week, you can see me pedaling away on my bicycle from Frankfurt into the store. So I get in every morning, bike from Frankfurt along the river into Trenton, and it takes about 35-40 minutes there and back.
Oh,
there
my.
And then again going home.
Well, I have a feeling if I was doing that, it would take me a little bit longer. I don't know how many kilometers that is. And then you go home.
Yes.
And you do that on the sweltering heat days as well.
Most days, yes.
Yeah, sometimes you get a lift.
Sometimes I get a lift from my boyfriend or my mom.
So what are you going to do in the winter? You're going to ski down here?
Maybe snowshoe.
That's very interesting. So you're healthy. So tell me, what advice do we want to give young folk? Because you're obviously an inspiration in terms of, should they start business? What should they expect? What were the surprises that you had?
For advice, I'd say if you have an idea, think about it, build on it, talk to people about it, and then if you're confident in it, just go for it. You're young, you can make mistakes and try again if it doesn't work. So I think you need to just have no fear when going into it and just take the plunge if you're thinking about it and just go for it. Surprises, I'm still only a few months into the store, so I haven't had too many big surprises yet. Hopefully I won't have too many big ones in the next little while either, but no, it's going well, and I'm really enjoying working for myself and being self-employed.
Yeah, you're a good boss to yourself, aren't you?
Try to be.
So that's certainly a nice way to finish, Alisha. You had mentioned also that it's so authentic to hear you say that you still have a fear of failure. And I know people who've been in business for 20, 30 years and still have a fear of failure. Yeah. I don't think that goes away. What do you think?
No, I think you're always going to have that just in the back of your mind a little bit. But like I said, I just remind myself I'm young, I can make mistakes and start over if I need to.
And it's like your boyfriend said.
Yes.
To you over and over again. What did he say?
He said, you're young, successful, and you're ahead of the game compared to some people. So if I fail, I'm still ahead of the pack, and I can start back over.
So now we're competing with all of humanity, aren't we?
I guess.
the pack mentality. Well, it's been such a pleasure, and you are the owner and founder of Simply Sweet, a specialist in lingerie and undergarments in Trenton, Quinte West. Thanks, Alisha.
Thank you so much.